Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. Today is Thursday. It is the 18th day of February. Today is National Battery Day. And I believe that's like a battery you'd put like in a remote or whatever. Not like, they always hear assault and battery. I don't think it's a day to go beat somebody up.
No.
It's a day to, celebrate those batteries that we use to keep things charged up. Also, National Crab Stuffed Flounder Day. Quite specific there.
I don't know if I've had flounder.
I don't know if I have either, but today would be the day. And it's Heidi's already been celebrating, National Drink Wine Day.
Yummy!
Okay, she hasn't quite been celebrating, but she will be soon. It is, again, a Thursday as well, so we have Dear John Letters.
Nice.
You usually say that with me. We've got a letter from Hubby in Hot Water, and it's a Valentine's letter, even though Valentine's was last weekend. Well, she said, we're not doing that this year, so he didn't do it, and then she did. Now he feels really bad. So you can chime in with your advice if you'd like on our Facebook page, facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. A new study finds marijuana could be helpful to people just starting a business. I'm not exactly sure, I don't know. I've got a link to the study. How about this one? Even as we sleep, our brains are still hardwired at work, processing and going over the events of our lives.
Yes.
It says nighttime brain.
So many nights.
The activity manifests itself as dreams.
Yep.
Every now and again, we'll experience an occasional bad dream. If you've ever woken up from a particularly odd nightmare and wondered what in the world was going on, it says a recent survey has compiled a list of common nightmares. The most common scary dream, the terrifying vision that we're falling. 64% said that happened. You ever have that where you dream that you're falling and you wake up, you're like, oh.
You know what I dream about? I dream about being naked trying to get into my locker in high school.
Oh, well, let's see if that's
I'm
on
like
here.
in the hallway, naked.
Being chased, 63%. Most common, a fear of dying, feeling lost, and feeling trapped. So those were 54, 53, and 52.
I feel foolish. I probably
thanks for sharing all that.
Turn.
Thanks for sharing all of that. It's the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday. You should go put your clothes on.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. A Florida woman who repeatedly stabbed her sister with an EpiPen told police that she was, quote, allergic to drunks, and she was simply trying to sober up the victim. Okay.
What?
Joanne Zielinski, 62, and her sister Laura, 64, were drinking at their home when Laura went to sleep on the couch. That's when they say that Joanne stayed up and consumed more alcoholic beverages and some narcotics. Mm-hmm. At some point, she went crazy and attacked her sister with an EpiPen, stabbed her multiple times. When questioned, she said, I'm allergic to drunks, so I injected her with the EpiPen so she wouldn't be drunk no more.
Yikes.
What's the big deal? Well, the big deal is you don't do that. The injector, by the way, was prescribed to her. Medical personnel determined that no medication was injected into Laura because of the way she was holding the pen. She wasn't doing it right.
Okay, so she was just stabbing her.
The victim was left with a large welt on her right thigh. She was arrested for domestic battery and booked into the jail on misdemeanor count. That is bizarre, and that is what happens when your brain is on drugs. Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. The Dungeons & Dragons feature film adaptation has added Fast and Furious actress Michelle Rodriguez and Detective Pikachu actor Justice Smith to the cast. So there's a lot of folks that are super duper excited about that. Now, I don't know anything about it, so I couldn't tell you anything. New Line Cinema, 2 stories back to back for them. First, it's confirmed that they are indeed making an updated version of the movie Wizard of Oz from the 1930s, which they say will be a, quote, fresh take and reimagining of the original.
I can only imagine what that's going to be
And then the next story, also from New Line Cinema, says they have, quote, locked in Watchmen's Nicole Kassel to direct their adaptation.
The original version.
Yeah.
As if that wasn't creepy enough.
Oh, I
still have nightmares about the original version.
Which part was it?
Can you imagine with where our world is today and how they're going to try to update that, how creepy this version is going to be?
It could be. I don't know. You never know.
What a
Which
nightmare.
part was it that scared you when that movie?
Oh my gosh, all of it. It was
really?
terrifying to me. I never have enjoyed that film.
Really?
Never.
See, I always thought it was kind of interesting.
Really? What did you like? Oh my gosh, it's cool. Terrifying.
Big screen, little screen.
Ripped out of your reality, and you're surrounded by tiny people that you don't know where you are. You know what's going on.
Pretty much sums up my weekends. Big screen, little screen. Brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day. It comes your way courtesy of RedCrossBlood.org. A fashion company is cutting up some Hermes Birkin bags and they're turning them into Birkenstock sandals. The fashion company is selling these bad boys. Guess how much per pair for a pair?
I don't even know.
Hermes Birkin bags,
if they're
Birkenstocks.
Free, they're too expensive.
$76,000 a pair.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Heidi's probably not going to get those for Christmas.
Birkenstocks are some of the ugliest. Next to Crocs.
She doesn't like my Crocs.
To Crocs.
Leave my Crocs out of this.
The ugliest form of footwear on the planet.
So they're not for you. Other people may like them. The Pentagon has admitted that they are testing debris that was recovered from UFO crashes. And they say, again, this is the Pentagon. This isn't like coming from some tabloid magazine. The Pentagon says the findings may change our lives forever.
Yikes.
That's pretty cool. I've always been really into that kind of thing.
It's kind of cool or terrifying, depending on what you find out.
And something Heidi's always been into, Instagram butt model. Just kidding.
I am an Instagram butt model.
Are you on Instagram? I don't even know if you're... I have an Instagram account. We've got one for the show. I go on there every once in a while. I'm like, oh, hey, some people reached out. Hey, guys, how you doing? And it's like 2 months later, I'll realize, oh, hey, I haven't been on Instagram in like 2 months. So every once in a while, I'll be on there. But I'm not beautiful like this Anastasia Fields. She's an Instagram butt model. I didn't know that was a thing. She's used her newfound fame to move from the brutal conditions in Siberia to New York City.
Good for her. Where it's even worse than where you probably were before.
Would you just stop it? Why don't you take the rest of the break here? Just collect your thoughts over there. All right.
Congratulations.
Yeah. A Maryland woman just collected $50,000. It's a prize from a scratch-off lottery ticket. Her fourth biggest jackpot lottery. 71-year-old woman in Maryland told the lottery officials the $50,000 prize that she recently won came 1 month after she won a $10,000 prize. She previously won other jackpots worth $100,000 and $50,000. So
what the heck? I'll buy a $1 ticket and I'll win 50 cents. I'll buy a $3 ticket. I'll win $1. I never come out ahead.
She said her previous winnings went towards home repairs, including replacing a roof.
Her. That's fantastic.
Her latest winnings, she said, are going to go towards helping other people.
Good for her. Yeah. That's awesome. I love
her name is not in the story, so
and rightfully so.
I bet there's a reason. And designer Matti Benedito runs a website, Unnecessary Inventions. And his latest doesn't seem so unnecessary. It's called a hook shot. It's a hanger that pours you a stiff drink right when you walk in. Oh. You hang your coat on it, And then it tips over like a small bottle of booze and it goes right into a shot glass.
Oh.
Anyway, his useless inventions, by the way, are not for sale.
Oh,
So
well, that's sad.
that is just kind of pointless. Why are you even doing what you're doing? Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
And it's time right now for Dear John Letters. First and foremost, I got to say welcome back, Heidi. She was not with us last week for Dear John Letters.
Oh, that's right.
We had an expert helping out.
Yes, we did.
Which was pretty darn cool. Boy, could I use an expert today. And good news, I have one in the studio. Her name is, let me see if I get this right, Heidi Small, is that correct?
That's right.
Well, I'm really glad to have you here. You're going to be an expert in this because I believe we've been down this exact path. Here's the Dear John letter for today. Dear John, my wife told me she didn't want a Valentine's gift, so I didn't buy her anything. Now, she's upset with me because I didn't get her anything and she got me something. It was a small present, but it was very nice. She said I should have gotten her something small as well, like as a gesture. We've only been married a few years, and it's always been a big gift at Valentine's Day. This year, we both decided that we should skip the presents because we're not financially doing very well. I feel awful now for not getting something small, but that's not what the deal was. We agreed that we were skipping gifts. How do I make things better now? Would it be weird for me to go get her a gift late? I just want to make sure my wife is happy because she makes me the happiest husband every single day. Aww. Signed, Hubby in Hot Water. First of all, I want to say we keep all these letters anonymous. There's these things called love languages.
Jamie Aronson, I just want you to know.
She just made up a name. You don't even get to see these letters. If that is your name, by the way. It was... Right.
Totally coincidental.
Right now there's a wife going, wait a minute, what? Huh? So, no, Heidi, there's a thing called love languages, and Heidi's love language is gift giving.
It is.
She's really good at it, too. So we've been down this road, and I don't know.
And, you know, it is really good to go through something so you know what your partner's love language is. If you can go through, there's this little study
Test.
you can do.
Test.
It's a test, and you can write down, you can find out what each other's love language is. Mine is very different from John's.
Yeah.
For me, I express my love by giving gifts.
Yep.
And so because that's how I express my love, to me,
that's how
when
she
I get
knows
gifts
that you...
back,
Yeah.
that's how I know.
And,
Gifts.
yeah.
It's not like it's expensive items, but just something little that makes me know that when you left for the day,
I was thinking of
you
you.
were thinking of me.
Yeah.
John could come back with a Butterfinger from the gas station. I'd be like, oh my gosh, you thought about me.
Wait a minute.
That's amazing.
That I can do that?
Yeah.
I'm going to bring two. I'm going to get
It's so sweet. Yeah, you usually eat it on the way home and hide the wrapper, and then I find it when I'm in the car, and I'm like, okay.
You said it was a thought that counts. Here, I thought it was the calories that count. No, I just want to say, again, the question that he has on here, how do I make things better now? Would it be weird for me to get her a gift late? No.
Yes. Don't get it. What? Don't get it late because then it's like you're trying to make up for something you did wrong.
I love that we're on the same page here. I'm saying
You don't, after she gets mad, you don't say, oh, here's your happy Valentine's Day 3 days later. No.
How wonderful would it be if that is her love language for him to say, hey, you know what? I want to go to dinner this Friday or Saturday or Sunday, whenever, have it. And then when you go, get her something nice. It doesn't have to be a huge, expensive thing. Again.
At this point, it just seems desperate.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you remember a minute ago when I called you an expert?
It's the truth. If you're doing it because you feel trapped, it's a guilty thing. It's not a love thing.
So what does poor old Hubby in Hot Water do? Just get
you're in trouble.
Change his name and move to a different state? Trying to figure out what advice you got.
No, I mean, surprise her spur of the moment at a later date. Wait 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
That's a statute of limitations on a Valentine's gift?
Then just do something, not Valentine's Day.
I know.
But just because.
There you
Because those are the things that mean the most. It's not because of a date on a calendar that you do something for somebody. If you have somebody whose love language is gifts, you do it often and just because. And it doesn't have to be major. It has to be just something that I love you and I thought of you. The most memorable thing in my mind, my grandparents, when Grandpa passed away, my grandmother said, I was going through his things and I found a piece of string in his coat, and he knew that I saved pieces of string to make these crafts. Those pieces of string meant the world to her because she knew when he found these pieces of string, he was thinking of her. It is not monetary value.
Yeah.
It is
the
thought. And those are the kinds of things you can never put a value on.
Absolutely.
Ever, ever, ever.
Hopefully that helps
just
somehow.
Give from your heart always, not just on dates on a calendar.
I think that's wonderful. And if you've got some advice for Hubby and Hot Water, you can also chime in at facebook.com/JohnandHeidiShow.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Walt Disney World in Orlando has over 2.5 million costumes in their inventory. 2.5
I could
million.
see that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of
the
costumes.
Extras, all the characters.
Everybody that's going to be out, the whole park is, overrun with people wearing costumes, doing their thing to give you that magical experience. That's just a huge number. I would have never guessed that many. 2.5 million costumes.
We've been there.
Yeah.
And I can't say I've seen that many people wandering around in costume.
They probably aren't all out
They
at
have
the same
multiples of every costume.
And it's all over the whole park. Yeah, they're everywhere. So there you go. Walt Disney World, over 2.5 million costumes. That is your fun fact. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Time now for a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline United Kingdom in the UK. A couple liked their hotel shower so much they decided to take it with them when they left.
What?
A man in his 50s and a woman in her 20s spent the night at a hotel. After checkout, staff walked in and noticed, wait a minute, the shower is gone. So the whole shower unit was missing from the wall. I don't know how you do such a thing, but they did. And it does not say whether or not they've been caught or if they got a clean getaway.
I see what you did.
They stole a shower.
How would you take a shower?
I don't know. It's a bad idea, but it is a news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. At least they're not charging with stealing her heart because it didn't work. Let me read the story so that all makes sense. An accused burglar tried to virtually flirt with a Florida judge while she heard the case. A hilarious moment.
That's not a good idea.
Captured by the court's live video stream. Judge Tabitha Blackmun, joined by prosecutor and defense attorney, called the defendant's case and watched as he stepped into the camera. The man, Demetrius Lewis, appeared from the county jail and greeted the young judge with a casual, "How you doing?" "All right, I'm good, sir. How are you?" is what she replied. That's when he was, "Judge, you are so gorgeous." And it just went on.
Yeah.
And she said, "Thank you so much. I need to warn you, these compliments are not going to do anything for your case." So, anyway, nice try. Without missing a beat, he announced the court had found probable cause to charge Lewis with attempted burglary of an unoccupied dwelling. So They got right down to the matter, got himself in a little bit of trouble, and it did not help to try to sweet talk the judge.
No.
There you go. Today's Weird News brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Now, your moment of duh, brought to you by RedCrossBlood.org. 3 blundering South African thieves came up short after they successfully robbed a school principal, but then made off with the wrong bag of loot. The men forced their way into the principal's office at gunpoint, held up the headmaster and 2 secretaries, piling in jewelry and money and the contents of the school safe and everything into a black briefcase. Turning to flee, one of the robbers grabbed a black briefcase, but it wasn't the right one. Instead, they left with the principal's black briefcase that was filled with homework. It's funny. So they got themselves
A little bit of
a little
trouble.
bit of trouble. And what'd you get out of the deal? Bunch of homework.
Nothing.
Whole box of homework. There you go. That is today's moment of duh. Brought to you by RedCrossBlood.org. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Heidi, tell me, Belmont Hills in Bermuda. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center?
Belmont Hills.
Belmont
I'm
Hills.
going to say golf course.
You are correct. Yes. A little golf clap for Heidi.
That sounds like a golf course name.
It does.
Belmont.
Belmont Hills.
I belong to Belmont Hills.
I kind of want to go there.
Yeah.
We, by the way, are not golfers, but we should learn. We should become golfers.
I know how to golf. I'm just
Well,
not very good.
Yeah. I got a hole-in-one once, but it was
You did not.
mini golf.
Even then, it took you 3 shots.
No, I got a hole-in-one in one shot. This has been Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We love to wrap things up around here with good news. It's always, a fun way to end the show. We share some fun, positive, happy little story. It comes your way courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Stephen King. He's an interesting dude.
Yeah, to say the least.
He's got some books that he's written. But
Some of them
you got to
are
look at some of that
phenomenal.
and you go, what's going on in that head?
You know what, though? I love that.
I think this is really neat. Stephen King donates $6,500 to elementary students in Maine so they can publish their own book. How cool is that?
Well, that is pretty cool.
So now we've not had Stephen King on this program, but we had his son on the program, and he was a nice guy. He's also got interesting books. But now he's trying to help some other youngsters in Maine, the students of Farewell Elementary, Lewiston, Maine. They're writing a 290-page manuscript based on their own stories during the COVID pandemic. They started a Kickstarter to raise some money for publication, but then Stephen King heard about this, and he said, wait a minute, how much do you need? I'll just give it to you.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. They said it was mind-blowing. That's what Ella Leo said. The book is titled Fletcher Mackenzie and the Passage to Whole, W-H-O-L-E, a reworked story about a Maine boy from the mentor Gary Savage's manuscript to include adventures during the coronavirus pandemic. That's a long title. I don't know if all of that's the title. I have no idea. It just kept going. But it looks like a really cool idea. And there's been several kids that are involved in this project. The principal, by the way, said she is super proud of the students for their accomplishment and their dedication. And the librarian there is just super excited. It says librarian and author Gary Savage is the one advising the students, so he's helping as well. It's going to be really cool. I've got a link to that in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Thursday.